What's up, everybody? Welcome to a. You didn't expect that, didn't you? Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Primetime Gorehounds. I am James, as may y'all know me as Pretty Boy Tim's. I'm here with Paul. Hopefully, everybody had a very strong week, strong, productive end to the week. And thank you guys once again for wanting to hang out with us and watch another Scream movie. Whereas tonight we are going to be watching Scream 4. It's a Scream, baby. Scream 4. But yeah, Paul, how's it going with you, man?
Doing good, man. I was saying earlier, I know had a bit of a rough week, but I'm here, ready to rock and roll.
Cool, cool, cool. And before we get started, of course, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And also don't forget to share the video as well because this channel is not monetized. So any support for this channel will be greatly, greatly appreciated. And of course, don't if you want to donate to the official Cash App at PrimePod313. Again, PrimePod313 and or our PayPal at PrimePodcast at Outlook.com. Again, podcast at outlook.com. Any donation from $1, $2, $10, $20 will be greatly appreciated. And of course, Quez, of course, is control of the money. So yeah. But yeah, man, we are gonna be watching Scream 4. Now, before we get started here, I'm gonna go ahead and put the link to the movie into the chat here. Let me go ahead and put it. And of course, if you have DVD or Blu-ray you want to watch with us, you can watch it as well. But you can also watch it here as well. Okay, let's and there it is, posted right there in the chat. All right, now Paul, now Scream 4. Now this is the fourth film of the Scream franchise, and 11 years since the infamous Scream 3. And this came out in 2011. I was a sophomore, junior at high school at the time. And hearing Scream 4 was coming out was an interesting moment in time because this was right around the era of remakes and reboots. This is when it was at its peak, pretty much. And I literally had no interest in it until I heard that Nev Campbell, David Arquette, and Courtney Cox are going to be involved as well. And of course, the late great Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson was coming back to write the script. So when I heard that, I was all on board. Now, I remember when I first watched this, I remember liking it a lot, hell of a lot better than part 3, in my opinion. If I remember correctly, this was my second favorite in the franchise behind the first one.
That's right.
And spoiler alert, it still is my second favorite. But yeah, I thought this was a very good improvement of the first film. I thought Nev Campbell was great as always. David Arquette, fun to see him. It was interesting here because I believe Courtney Cox and David Arquette had just divorced around this time, so it's kind of interesting to see them in this movie. Or they're probably going through their problems around this time as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoy this film, and of course, yeah, we have her on the screen here. My second favorite killer in the franchise, Jill. Um, I think Jill, probably one of the more well-written villains in the Scream franchise, because I thought her plan was brilliant and she was very, very well written, and it almost worked. It almost worked, and this was going to be the start of a new trilogy, which I will get to more into as the film progresses. But I heard what the idea with the trilogy was going to be, and I was like, "That's some damn good storytelling right there." But yeah, Paul, what was your thoughts on Scream 4 at the time of 2011?
Well, think about this, man. It's been 11 years since Scream 3 ended because for all those years, man, we all believed that that was the end. For better or for worse, that was the end. And we, like you said, we had during its absence, we had an insane amount of remakes. We had an insane amount of other things like Jason making a return. We had Freddy versus Jason during the absence. We had Texas Chainsaw make a return, Halloween, and Hills Have, 3 of Wes Craven's movies during that period were remade. Hills Have Eyes, which to this day I still think was fucking amazing. Last House on the Left, which was not many people talk about that one, but still a good movie. And of course, Nightmare on Elm Street, another story for another day. So when I heard that Scream 4 was a thing and it was going to happen, I was like, are you shitting me? Are we really going to do this? And then I heard that Wes Craven was back on board and everybody that was involved in the previous movies were back on board. And I was just like, okay, now you've caught my interest. I want to see how this one plays out. Trailer comes out and I'm just like, okay, now you've got my interest. And also think about this too. During the early 2000s, the only new horror franchise we saw come in Scream's absence was Saw. So during that 10-year gap, or 11-year gap, we had a lot of cool things happen in horror. Some of it good, some of it bad, but we also had a couple of new ones pop up into there too. So it was going to be interesting to see how this new Scream movie was going to come into the fold with everything that's happened during that 11-year gap. And luckily, I was pleased to say that I actually did enjoy this movie when it first came out. I was 27 when this came out. And yes, this was the movie where I actually went into the cinema with the ghost face mask in the cinema. And people were just like, what the fuck? So, yeah, that was an interesting time right there for me during that period because I was just happy to see Ghostface make a return. I was just happy to see that they brought it back. And I was just curious to see how it played out. And of course, as you guys know, yes, this was Wes Craven's final movie that he directed because 4 years after this, unfortunately, he passed on 4 weeks after his 76th birthday because of a brain tumor. So rest in peace to Wes Craven. But I think he did pretty good here in what was his final movie effort.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I'm just letting you guys know that I am 2 seconds in. I got to pause at 2 seconds.
I got it at 1.
Okay, cool. All right. So, like I said, the link to the movie is in the chat, and of course, if you have it on DVD or Blu-ray, this is for the live viewers, and of course for the archive viewers. Give you guys time to go ahead, pop that bad boy in, or find a way to stream it, or whatever. And then we're going to put it set it at 2 seconds. And
Explain the rules.
Yes, and yes, and all I know is that Hayden Panettiere's in this movie, and right when I heard that, I'm like, sold. Bro, she especially knowing her character is in this movie, I'm like, she is my dream girl. I'm sorry, a woman that is fine as hell and loves horror movies is my perfect woman.
Hey, that's the perfect match for me right there, dude.
And God, it's so goddamn hard to find too. But well, Alexa Bliss loves horror movies, so I'm like, okay, all right. When I get signed, you know what it is, Alexa. All right.
Two for that.
All right. Okay, so I think we should go ahead and get this shindig started. Should we, Paul?
All right. Here are the rules, folks. We're gonna do a countdown. When we go 3, 2, 1, and play. When we say play, that's the time you got to hit the play button on whatever it is you're using. Okay, so we're just going for it again. 3, 2, 1, play, and you hit the play button when we say play.
And just in case of you guys did not listen or pay attention to what he said, because sometimes, Paul, there is a certain person that still doesn't get it. 3, 2, 1, play. When we say play, you press play. Okay, all right.
And if you get it wrong, faces after you.
Yes. All right. So, yeah, here we go, y'all. 3, 2, 1, play.
Play. We're in.
All right. Dimension Films, right?
Yep.
Dimension Films. All right. Do we give?
Mentioned films were involved in this franchise too.
And all right, we got our first phone call.
Yep. And once again, Roger L. Jackson back as Ghostface.
Now I remember when I watched this. Now I will say it was great to have Roger Jackson back, but I remember at the time, maybe it will change now, but I remember at the time, Roger Jackson seemed a little off to me. I don't know what it was, but I think because he sounded a little too excited in times in this movie.
I think it's because he's been away for 10 years, and plus, I think he had so much fun being involved in the franchise. I think he was just happy to be back. I mean, wouldn't you?
I think so too, but I could say that I think his performance in Scream 5 was a lot better. But I remember at the time I heard this, I was like, well, he sounds a little too excited. Like Ghostface doesn't really sound. He's more sinister and evil. But here, I remember one scene where he talks to someone and he's like, "I'm gonna put you in the morgue," and it's like.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, I'm gonna put you in the morgue, and I'm like, you don't, no, just no. I mean, I get what he's doing, but it's like, no.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, isn't this is like an intro within an intro? They do like some Matrix shit.
Yeah, it was kind of like with the amount of sequels this movie had, that was kind of a reference to the Saw movies. Because if you remember, guys, during the early 2000s, we were getting those once every year. Not that was a bad thing, because that was actually good. Because Saw was a Halloween event for me personally.
Oh yes, because because I think because the one thing about these Scream movies and Wes Craven is he always some sort of message in these movies, and I remember his message here was Hollywood, stop remaking classics and make your fucking own.
And also, this movie also really goes on the extensive usage of social media and the obsession with internet fame. Because as you know, everybody wants to get that one lucky break, don't they?
And it's crazy because this was 2011 and social media was in its beginning stages. Like Twitter was not what I don't think Twitter was. Well, Twitter was around, but it wasn't what it was now.
Yeah, I mean, like Facebook and Twitter was around, YouTube was around. But it wasn't until like the 2010s where they started getting like major deals and everything was blowing up. And then you had, channels like Twitch, which you see a lot of people doing a lot of video game streams on, which, I was lucky to get the affiliate program on, which I haven't activated yet. But, everybody just wants to, some people do it for fun. And then you got some people who are just driven to do extreme shit or crazy shit just to get that notoriety and fame. And people will do almost anything. We've seen videos where that happens, and sometimes it doesn't end well.
Yeah, because 2011, because when YouTube was still got it right in the chest.
Damn. Chest shot if I ever saw one. And we got to put this out there too. This one was pretty fucking gory.
Fucking Ghostface, man. I just love it where he slides her the neck, goes, see ya.
Yeah, get a bitch.
That's funny.
Stab 6.
Oh shit. Oh, I forgot Anna Paquin was in this.
Yeah, they were in this again, dude. Like I said before, man, when Scream's around, everybody wanted a piece of it, and in 10 years, nothing's changed.
Oh, bro. Like I was talking about hating, but Anna Paquin, bro. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, y'all have no idea, man.
I can imagine.
Bro, when I saw her in fucking Trick or Treat and 25th Hour, she was a Spike Lee movie. I'm like, man, I'd risk everything.
Well, I bet you would.
And we also got Kristen Bell, who's Veronica Mars, I want to say.
I think it is, yeah. Let me just check that out. I'm gonna make sure. There's a lot of names in this. Well, she should have shut the fuck up, shouldn't she?
Well, you have no idea how many times I wanted to do this to people who just wouldn't shut the fuck up during a movie.
Yeah, you weren't. There was this one time, like, when we watched, me and my mum were watching a movie in the cinema. Oh, and shout out to her, by the way. She said hello in the chat on the Facebook one. We were watching a movie, and there was this person ahead of us that wouldn't shut up, and this one person got so pissed off, he literally just went up and went, "Shut the fuck up!" And then like, oh well.
Yeah, because people just want to use that time to fucking
Yeah, man. It's like, like, you want to watch a movie and you got some fucking asshole on their phone that won't shut the fuck up or whatever. And you're just kind of sitting there and you just be like, fuck,
And then when you tell them to be quiet, they look at you like you're crazy. I'm like, bro.
Yeah. It's like, fuck your phone call.
Now, I will say this. Even though the whole, intro to the intro, very clever, very well done. I clearly get what Wes Craven's doing. I will say that, and it's funny too, because I think it's hilarious how Wes Craven is saying this, but yet he had plans to do a trilogy. I think it's funny.
I know, right?
I'm like, you're kind of going back on your message, Wes. Like, what?
Yeah. And you were okay with the remake of Hills Have Eyes. You were somewhat cool with Last House on the Left, but I think it was because of Nightmare on Elm Street, because I did hear he was not happy with it, and I reckon that's where it stemmed for this film.
Understandably so, because that movie's fucking dog shit.
Yeah, unfortunately, nothing against the guy playing Freddy Krueger, but your screenplay, nothing to do. It was dog shit. Sorry if anyone didn't like it.
Me and Arlo did a review on that on the channel. Go ahead, check that out. Where I went on a huge rant on Rooney Mara, who literally might be the worst fucking final girl. Well, I don't know. I mean, the Wishmaster final girl Tracy Lund was fucking atrocious.
Good horror movie, bad final girl. I'll say that much. And you may not believe it, that Wishmaster even had a bunch of names in horror in there too. I mean, the guy that was on the forklift truck, that was fucking Joe Pilato, the guy who played Rhodes in Day of the Dead.
Yep.
Tony Todd was in it, Kane Hodder, Robert Englund. It was a good movie. Just, there were some bits of a bit off, but that aside, it was cool.
Didn't Wes Craven have something to do with that as well?
Wes Craven, I think, was the executive producer of Wishmaster, if I'm correct. First one.
Okay. All right. I'm at 8 minutes and 7 seconds. Where are you at, Paul?
8 minutes and 8. I'm about a second or two behind, but it's okay.
Okay, cool. But okay, so now I think now we're actually in the Scream universe. Okay. Because for a couple seconds there, I was like, oh wait, are we still in the Stab? Oh no, this is Scream. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like that was almost in a way for me a nod to American Werewolf. You remember that nightmare scene? You thought it was real, and it's like, no. Oh, now it's real. No. Oh, okay.
And I will say this, yep, there's Roger Jackson.
Yep. It's kind of right there when it comes to that description with the character, I guess.
Yeah, but I through the window to the wall.
Ouch.
So the sweat dropped down my private parts.
And Ghostface making an entrance after 10 years.
And it's actually kind of fucked up because probably Scream 4 did not do well at the box office.
And it made about, hang on, I'll tell you. It made $97.2 million against a budget of 40.
Yeah, and I think the reason why it did so bad because I think Scream 3 left such a sour taste in people's mouths when I
Yeah.
heard of Scream 4, they kind of didn't really, people weren't really interested. I think it wasn't until the DVD sales, and because when I first watched Scream 4, this is all alleged, what I'm about to say. I don't know how this is in the UK. Okay, oh, by the way, nice nod
Scream 1.
To Scream 1 with the door. Ooh, in the back.
You know that's going to do your back in. Oh, man.
Now, I'll say this though, and I'll get back to my point in a sec here. But I mean, outside of the clever intro within the intro,
oh, here we go.
Scream 4. Even though I think that was kind of a, I would say the weakest intro out the 4 films, but still very clever with the intro within the intro.
Oh, we're back at the same spot, Woodsboro.
We are in Woodsboro, back in Woodsboro, which is where it should have been this whole time. Now back to what I was saying. With there was oh my god, Nev Campbell.
And even at 38 back then, she still looked good.
She didn't age at all, bro. Like she has aged beautifully throughout the series.
Dude, she's like fine wine, man. She aged very gracefully.
But yeah, I don't know how it is in the UK, but how I first saw Scream 4 was we all knew in America, we all knew somebody who knew somebody that did bootleg versions of the movies. And
going on down here.
Okay, cool. Yes. My means were in the barbershops. Okay, and then this dude gave me Scream 4, and that's how I watched it. And I think that's how Scream 4 kind of got loved over time. We'll do the DVD sales, and when people watched it, they were like, "Oh shit, this movie's actually really damn good." Yeah. And I think that's why when Scream 5 was announced, more people were eager towards it because a lot of people love Scream 4.
Oh, dude, I think when like you were saying, because Scream 4 didn't do very well at the box office was because I guess you had some people, maybe ourselves included, that felt a little burned by Scream 3.
Woo!
Yeah, I saw Kirby. And when Scream 4 came out, people wanted to see it. I mean, I was definitely going to go see it no matter what. But I guess you could say it definitely found its audience after its cinema run, when it started having its run on DVD, and I guess word of mouth came about. And then that's why when you had Scream 5 show up once again with an 11-year gap, people were more ready for it this time around. And I think people were more eager to see that one, especially to see how this one would play out, knowing that Wes Craven wasn't around for this one.
And I think what makes Scream 4 work is I feel, and I've always felt this, is if it was Scream 1996, and if this Scream here we're watching was the real Scream 2, I think it's a really good double feature, because the story makes sense. Now you can still watch Scream 2 and 3, but I think Scream 4 feels more of a sequel to the first film than Screams 2 and definitely than Scream 3 did, because
there was this one time where I actually tried that theory out. I watched the original movie first. I skipped 2 and 3, jumped right into this one, and it really did feel like a proper follow-up after you watch that. And then when you watch Scream 5, you could be on point to say, technically that's Scream 3.
That's Scream 3. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
So if you did it, if people was watching it, tried watching it that way, skip 2 and 3, do the first one, and just pretend that 4 and 5 is really 2 and 3, it would make a lot more sense.
That's a damn good trilogy, if you ask me.
Yeah. Nice little jump scare.
But I just think that because now it looks like Sydney is an author now. She's writing self-help books.
Yeah,
Dewey is the sheriff, which is great to see progression of his character.
yeah. Now he's walking around.
And yeah, which I'm like, good. He deserves it, man. And
Yeah,
there's a deputy Judy, who's someone who I believe. I mean, I would taste her lemon squares, but don't tell her where you live.
no, I wouldn't.
No,
And I,
no, because I always got that vibe that yeah, like I'd smash, but that's it. And you better not let her know where you live, because she'll fucking. I got stalker vibes.
yeah, and I honestly believe she was going to be the next one to take over Dewey if he stepped down.
Well, and that's well, you was right on that. Wink, wink.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, though, folks. But no, I mean,
Yeah.
it was good to see Dewey back again. It was good to see some new characters coming up. It's nice to see we're back in the same. I think this is the same town where the first Scream movie was at, and you can see, a lot's changed.
A lot has changed, and I think, and with Sydney, writing the self-help book, it
Yeah,
kind of it makes sense, because she's using her trauma to better others,
exactly.
and
And then you got Gail Weber just thinking, shit, I need to fucking do that.
yeah, Courtney Cox, where you could definitely still attractive, but you could definitely tell she got some work done.
She was 47 here at this point.
Yeah, we see Gail Weathers, adjusting to small town life. Her and Dewey still very much married, and she's having writer's block.
Oh, I've been there. I know how that feels. I've actually written something like this, and my teacher did see it while I was in college.
Yeah, they say that's the worst thing ever when you're a writer.
Yeah, it is. Because, I mean, like, I a couple years ago, I actually wrote a script for some kind of post-apocalyptic horror movie. And it took me probably 3.5 months to finally get the right vibe for the story that I wanted to make out of it. And I had some writer blocks, man. I'll tell you, it fucking sucks. You can go like maybe 2 or 3 weeks without thinking of anything new to write. And if you're doing like college assignments where you need to do written essays, that's not the time you want to have it,
Yeah.
Roy Culkin here. And I forgot the name of the other dude with the camera.
He was the son in Saw 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I thought I recognized him now.
Yeah, the asshole son. Yeah.
Yeah, and Roy Culkin, who's the younger brother of Macaulay Culkin, he was in another movie after this called Lords of Chaos, which is kind of like a semi-horror / movie music biopic about a Norwegian black metal band called Mayhem, where he played as Euronymous. There's Jill.
And also too, and you have Jill, played by Emma Roberts, the daughter of Eric Roberts. Which is funny because I doing some research. Apparently, they were going to give this role to Selena Gomez.
Imagine if it went that way. How do you reckon that would have worked?
It would have been interesting to see. It would have been interesting to see. See how Selena Gomez would have, because they said she was the first choice, and I don't know what happened, and then Emma Roberts got it, which I will say that we're back in the high school setting like in the first film, and I will say that the kids that they got, I think they're all in their early 20s at this time, but they still look like high school seniors, which I will say the casting for this was really good, because they still look young enough that you could buy them being high school seniors.
Yeah, they were convincing enough to think, yeah, okay, they were definitely that age that they were portraying.
Yes, for sure. I'm sorry, better than in Scream 1, because like I said, if you go back to like Neve Campbell, I think was like she was supposed to play 17, but she clearly looked like in her early 20s.
Yeah,
Like it
but
was obvious.
I mean, she was about 22 or 23 at the time, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once you get the well, I mean, it could still work. I mean, Daniel Harris was 30 when she played in Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah. I mean, people could say what they want about the 2007 remake. There were some good bits to it. I know we'll probably argue that one, but some people like it. You know, some people. I mean, it's by no means a masterpiece, but you know,
I think it would have worked if it just wasn't called Halloween.
Fair point. Oh, here we go. I mean, poor Sydney. She's only been back in Woodsboro for like a cup of coffee, and already she's got some shit happening in her car.
Oh,
She's
sorry.
It's almost like she's thinking, "Oh fuck, not again."
Which I will say this though, I kind of think this is like a nod to I know what you did last summer because remember the scene when put the body in Julie's car with the crabs and shit.
Yes, I remember that scene from I know what you did last summer.
And then she went back and it was completely clean, and I'm like, how the fuck you do that?
Yeah, it's just crazy how they can do it that quick. You know what I mean? Oh, and I did check out that Amazon version of Know What You Did Last Summer, that TV series. Do you really want to know?
Don't care.
Don't bother.
Cool.
There's your answer. It got canceled after one season, so there you go.
All right, so where are you at now, Paul?
I am now 21 minutes, 50 seconds.
21 minutes, 50 seconds?
Yeah, 21:56 now.
I'm at 21:58. Okay, cool.
That's all right. It's only a few seconds, man, but I'm still there.
Hey, look! Oh, it's Blackish. I mean, not like the guy from Blackish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Anthony Anderson. Yeah. Again. I'm just referencing the show. Okay, I didn't call him that. I'm referencing the show Blackish, and I think I just saw Adam Brody in there.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, Adam Brody, who was in the TV show The OC, which I'm not ashamed to say I actually watched regularly. It was a damn good show.
Yeah, and even Anthony Anderson was in this movie.
Yes, he was.
I mean, the dude's been in films like Cody Banks and
Kangaroo Jack.
Yeah, The Departed. He was in Transformers.
Oh, he was fucking hilarious in Transformers.
Oh, yeah. The dude's 51 now, and I don't know if you realize this also, but I want to make sure that I'm right about this. But he was also in the meta sequel for The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Oh, wow.
He was Lone Wolf Morales. If you guys have not seen that recent Town That Dreaded Sundown movie, it's definitely a recommendation. Some people tried to say it was a remake, but it wasn't. It was a meta sequel, which knew about the first movie, but it takes place like 50 years after the events of what the timeline of that movie was trying to say in the original. So a lot of people don't know about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. He
was also in Urban Legends Final Cut as well.
Yes, he was. I remember.
Speaking of Urban Legends, I don't know if you knew this. It's getting rebooted. And I know who's doing it. The guys who did Grave Encounters, they're doing it.
Gil says your lemon squares taste like shit. I mean, I don't know. I would want to find out if it does taste like shit.
You want to go over there and ask for one?
I would ask for a piece of Judy's lemon squares. I would. I just want safety measures.
I probably would end up not liking it because I'm not a lemon flavor guy.
Well, I would. It depends. It depends on what mood I'm in with me.
Here's the thing that we didn't realize till later on in the film, that Jill and Sydney are related. So
They're cousins.
So when I heard that bit, I guess you could say when I saw it in the cinema, my suspicions were starting to rise just a little bit because past experience, Scream 3.
Yeah.
So she had a bit of a red flag with me. I kind of felt to myself, I bet she's one of them. If we're gonna have two
I kind of had a feeling too, but they did something in the movie where I was kind of like, again, like they do this all the time. Like it might not be. I'm not gonna lie. I at first thought it was Judy.
I thought it was Kirby at first.
I thought it was Judy or Sydney's publicist.
Sydney's publicist. I don't know if she would have been able to pull that off, but then again, look at the news reporter from Scream 2. You wouldn't think it was her at first.
But again, you should never count out the originals. Once again, I could see Gail being the killer because again, we just saw her having writer's block, and what better way than to get some motivation than some more killings happening? And for some reason, people wanted Dewey to be the killer, which I think would be a dumb idea. And you know me, I would have been all for Sydney being the killer.
Yeah, we were kind of touching on that a while back before Scream 5 came out. I'm surprised they still haven't pulled the trigger on that yet.
Yeah, I would have been. I'd be all for Sydney being the killer because one, like I said, it would make sense.
But we can't rule out the possibility that one of those two could end up being the killer in the next one, or worst case scenario, which I won't go into just yet.
And what I just love about Hayden Panettiere's character, because like we just said, like she's cute, beautiful, hot as hell, but it's like she has a little sass to her. And she's just a big horror fan. And this was around the time in 2010, 2011 when quote unquote geek culture, because I remember like geek culture was becoming popular. Like it was like cool to be like a nerd or a geek. You know what I'm saying?
You're in that time now, like, because you remember like back in like my time in the 80s growing up and your time in the 90s, if you had the characteristics of a nerd,
early 2000s,
you'd absolutely be fucking shitted on. Nowadays, we're in this strange time now where it's kind of, I guess you could say it's okay to be a nerd about something because it means, that's when you could say people find a little bit of something interesting that they don't know about. From them.
Whoa! I'm so sorry to cut you off there, but what was that about?
What was what about?
The moment Dewey and City just had there.
I don't know. It's almost like, did he kind of have the hots for her there?
Which I mean, I wouldn't blame him. I mean, but I literally just picked up on that because the movie is clearly establishing that there's some problems between Dewey and Gale, and but I thought that was an interesting moment right there when they kind of like looked at each other for a second there, and it's like, I mean, I think Dewey and Sydney would be a good couple in my opinion. I think it would be perfect for Sydney in my opinion.
But can you imagine if they went for that story arc and you would have had, maybe Gail Weathers snapping or some shit?
It could. Hey, I'd be all for it. It would be something different, Yeah.
And I think that's why the new one, I guess, really excelled well with a lot of people because, Kevin Williamson did encourage the new filmmakers, hey, don't be afraid to take some risks. Don't be afraid to fucking swing for the fence with this. And they did.
And, of course, already raised a suspicion of Jill's boyfriend and a nod to the first film where, came through the window. And I guess that was a little, and I remember this when, I guess kind of a little a wink to the fans when City tells her, "You remind me of me."
Yeah, I don't. I mean, my suspicions with him weren't very high because, I don't think he was a horror guy. And the one thing we know about the killers is that they have some knowledge of movies or they're horror fans. That's the one thing I've noticed with most of the
Now,
killers.
right here, now, right here is when I thought Judy was the killer. This is. I remember where you get a little bit of doubt. Just
Yeah,
how Judy is, how she's shot, how she's acting in the
yeah.
scene.
I mean, I had some red flags coming up when I saw that. I thought, hang on, the way you're standing there, that's suspect as fuck. Even for you as being a cop.
Yeah, there's some doubt
Yeah,
there, and I really like how Wes used Judy here.
yeah. I mean, Wes definitely knew how to keep a lot of us on our toes, especially with the raising suspicions with the stuff. I mean, like it goes back to what Randy said, isn't it? Everybody's a suspect, and Wes Craven made damn sure he put it out there for each character. Everybody's a suspect, and they had some moment where they had a suspicious moment. You notice that in each of these films.
Yeah, but I definitely agree with you, Paul, on the point that you made that we're at this weird time where, like I said, being a geek is what
Yeah,
is popular, and also around this time, 2011, it was in a transition period where the PC thing,
Shaun of the Dead. But yeah, carry on.
PC culture was in its beginning stages,
Yeah,
but 2010, 2011, it was still like it was still people were still acting normal. People weren't so offended still about every fucking thing back then.
it was triggered about a lot back in the day. But I think, like you said, around 2012, 2013, that's when I guess you could say,
You saw the changes.
yeah, you saw a lot of changes happen. It's like nowadays you got to be careful what you say because you might end up triggering someone, even if you don't intend to, and that's not your intention, and you don't mean to do it. But you've got to be careful nowadays, like especially when you have to say the correct pronouns for somebody. You got to be
Mm-hmm.
you got to be aware of that too, and you got to be aware of other things. It's just kind of strange how some things like that, and some people can kind of adjust to that, okay, and then you got some that's just like that won't fucking change and they don't give a shit, and that's how some of them will mostly end up getting in trouble. It's an insane juggling act that you have to like make sure that you don't slip up on, unfortunately.
And you definitely know. I mean, because Paul, like you grew up in the '80s. Me, I grew up in the early 2000s. Now, someone that was born in, let's say, 2002, 2003.
Yeah,
Okay, they're it's a natural transition, for them.
yeah,
But like I grew up, again, late '90s, early 2000s. You grew up in the '80s and '90s, where you see the noticeable change in just society. Period.
yeah.
Where someone younger than us, it's normal. So 2011, 2012, 2013, that period it was such a strange time, man. And now we're probably in, well, just quick, like, society rant. Like, I think we're at the lowest we've ever been in society, and so much so it's got down to a point where fucking they even trying to cancel Michael fucking Myers. Like,
Oh yeah,
it's
because
bad
of the fact
now.
that he killed firefighters, and
And a
because
gay couple.
yeah, but dude, I want to make this clear for everybody who's new to this. Okay, I have enough. I got friends who are gay. I have, and we get along good. Crazy thing is, one of my college teachers is openly that, and he's a big Walking Dead guy. He's even a wrestling fan too, right? So we found two things that we have in common, like when it comes to talking about things, right? But I even told him about the whole Halloween Kills thing, and I remember at one point he was saying, like, dude, it's Michael Myers. He doesn't give a fuck who you are, what you are. You're in his way, you are dead. It is as simple as that.
Ah, nice. But yeah, but just Roger Jackson. I mean, and I agree, Paul. But just Roger Jackson was saying that like I never said I was in your closet.
Yeah.
It's like I was like, damn.
All right, we got to talk about this kill, dude. We got to talk about this kill. This
Yes.
kill, hands down, fucking at the time, fucking brutal for even a Scream movie. He did not let up in this.
Like I said, it's clever that again, and then Sydney, the realization just hit Sydney.
Yeah, she's thinking, shit, not again. She's like, I gotta do something. You know what's crazy, right? This movie in the UK was a 15, and it is bloody as fuck. And the other three were like 18s, which is the highest you can get over here.
That's a lot of blood. That's he just throws her out the window.
Yeah, I mean, like, fucking hell, dude. At first, when he got there, he's like, "Gotcha, bitch."
Oh, he was just being an asshole there.
Fucking this movie, man. But like I said, like the reason why this one's bloody as hell is because they had to adhere to the fact that a lot of these horror movies after Scream 3, man, did they ramp up the gore.
That's her guts are guts. Okay,
yeah.
okay. Now that's now that's a bit an unrealistic amount of blood, but that's a lot of blood.
Dude, she got brutalized.
Like I'm pretty sure Wes Craven was like more blood.
Yeah,
Wes, don't you think it might be a little too much? Nope, more blood.
Like, yeah, get the blood in there.
Yeah, more blood. I'm like, okay.
I'm pretty sure KNB was doing the effects for this at the time as well, because I know they did it for the other three.
Yeah, that's a fucking insane amount of blood. Like what? Especially considering how tame Scream 3 was. It was a welcome addition.
Yeah, listen, dude, it was nice to see Scream get, cut loose again because, again, early 2000s, we already talked about it in Scream 3, but that was the reasons why it was toned down. So, like I said, because you had all these other horror movies.
Yeah, get him!
Damn, she fucking went for him in this one.
Knock him the fuck out!
Like, she fucking jumped at him, like I said, like, after the last 3 times, you could tell, like, she's not afraid to fucking get her hands dirty and throw down at this point. Like, she's kicking the shit out of him.
She just drop kicked him in the face.
She high kicked him.
And once again, Sydney showing once again that she literally has a case of being the greatest final girl in horror history.
Oh yeah, dude! Like, she
has a case.
She definitely does it, man.
Better, and I will say, better than Jamie Lee, better than Heather Langenkamp. Like, she literally has a legit case at being the greatest final girl of all time because, like you said, she's not afraid to get down and dirty. That she's not afraid to fight the killer head on.
Yeah, I mean,
like Laurie didn't really do that until H2O.
Oh yeah, remember when we got to H2O and she's just like, "Look, guys, get the fuck out of here! Smash the security system." She's there with an axe going, "Michael!" It's like,
yeah,
oh shit, she's ready to fight. Knees him in the balls too at one point. But yeah, I mean, like I said, she fucking lunged at him at those stairs, like she was like, "Fuck you," House 1006. Hang on, isn't that a reference to the house number on Nightmare on Elm Street?
Nightmare on Elm Street was 1428.
Oh, okay. It just kind of looked familiar because I've never seen that number before, but it must have been another film. I just couldn't help but catch it.
But yeah, that was I'm not gonna lie. If I was somebody that was in these movies, I would absolutely love to have a death scene.
Dude, like I said, put me in a slasher movie or horror movie. I don't care if I'm the main character, the main villain, or I'm someone who's just a dead body for a few seconds. Just give me the ball and let me run with it.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, can you imagine if I called you up one day and just said, "Hey, dude, I'm in like the next Friday the 13th or the next Saw movie," you know, there should be more blood than that on that stretcher. Come on now. Okay, these two guys. Did you think one of them was the killer?
To be honest, no, I did not.
I don't know why, but like I said, I think it's because I've seen so many fucking movies. I just had my hunch with certain people and looking at previous Scream movies, you know, it was just the fact that they had those traits, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I think Courtney Cox, I think around this time, I think she had a show called like I think it was like Cougars or Cougar Town or something like that.
Hold on, let me check what she was doing around 2011. Give me a second.
Yeah, I remember seeing the commercials for it. She was like this older woman that was fucking around with younger guys, and
There was a television drama film called Toho Blonde. Hold on. TV shows. She was, yeah, Cougar Town. It was, I think they were on season 3 at this point.
oh wow, okay, yeah, because at this point, Friends was long done.
Yeah, and she was also the director and executive producer of Cougar Town as well.
I bet she was. I'm willing to bet after that divorce with David Arquette that she went buck fucking wild.
Well, I know that those two definitely split up in 2013. So they were
Oh, so
still,
they were.
they were
Oh, they
still,
were still together at this point. Okay.
yeah. And I'm reading a little bit about something here. I'm just reading this. Right. In 2000, here's the thing. On October 11th, 2010, David Arquette and Courtney Cox announced that they separated, although they still maintain a close relationship, a friendship, and ongoing business relationship with their company. And then it was in 2012 that it was finalized 2 years after the announcement that they separated.
Oh, so they were separated during filming
Yeah,
this.
but it seems like there's no bad blood between any of them. They still get along great. Because I remember when I was watching that "You Can't Kill David Arquette" documentary, they were still on good terms with each other.
Well, that's good. And then plus, then plus, I'm pretty sure even if there was some bad blood there, like I'm like David Arquette and Courtney Cox strike me as people that will be professional and get the job that needs and do the job that needs to be done.
This fucking publicist again profiting off tragedy.
Oh, sounds like another character that we know.
Yep.
Which is why I thought she was the killer.
Yeah, I know, right? But again, I just didn't. She, for some reason, for me, she didn't come across as one of the killers. I didn't think she had it in her. I mean, yeah, she's a bitch, but I didn't see her as the killer type.
Oh yeah, and I think this is the scene when the in the morgue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I heard Roger Jackson say that, I'm just like, Roger, calm down, buddy. like that was just like that's why I kind of say the voice, like his voice was kind of off because he sounded a little too excited at times, and I'm like,
like I said, he was happy to be back. It was like a big reunion again. You know what I'm saying?
and it's crazy because this was 11 years after Scream 3, and this Scream that just came out 11 years after Scream 4, which is like, God, time went by so fucking fast.
Yeah, I know, right? Time flies by when you're busy as fuck, Oh,
Okay, wait, here it comes. I want to hear this. Like he sounds fine now, but when he gets to talking and getting revved up, it's like, okay, Roger, I get you're excited, but come on now.
I know, right? Here we go.
I laughed. I laughed so hard when he did this.
Oh, I was right there with you, man.
Here it comes. In the morgue. I'm like, yo.
Maybe this is me that's caught on this too, but have you noticed as he's got older, and you can tell in his voice he's got older, he sounds more menacing as he's aged.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has.
That's the one thing I've noticed quite a lot with anybody that does voice acting or any acting for that matter. Oh, and this may sound crazy, but you know when you look at the outer layout of the hospital, I'm pretty sure it's the same hospital used in Halloween Kills. Call me crazy, but I just looked at some of the layout and I thought, is it the same one?
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Because I know they were both filmed in the Carolina area, so kind of makes sense.
Now I'm assuming this is Jill doing this, because
I think it is Jill.
Yeah, because Rory's fucking around with Gail.
Yeah, it's definitely Jill because of the vicious intent in the call and
the very aggressive tone in the phone call.
And the way she's just fucking with her right now. It's the same kind of thing Billy would do.
But people talk about Wes Craven passing. There should be no more screams. Listen, the day Roger Jackson passes, when he's dead, that's when the Scream movies will end.
Yeah.
Because you can't do a Scream movie without him. He is literally he's the voice. Like you can't do a Scream without the voice.
Turn around, lady. Or better yet, don't turn around. Yeah, looking at the body, it looks like it's definitely Jill. The way she's like the mannerisms there. See what I mean? Yeah, look at the hospital grounds. When you see some of the faraway shots, I'm fucking convinced it's the same hospital from Halloween Kills. Look at the entrance bit. It has to be, man. Hang on, man. Your voice is breaking out on here again.
No, what I was saying was, if he was a real deputy, he would have been fired by now.
Yeah. Oh, and incoming drop-in.
And of course, Gail trying to get involved because Dewey doesn't want her involved in the investigation.
It's all she knows. This is what she's good at. That's why she's like saying to the police, "Fine, I'm going rogue then."
And if I was Dewey, I'm like, you don't sit your ass down.
Yeah, I'm like thinking, dude, you're the sheriff, right? You're supposed to be having a handle on this shit, and right now, you don't have a handle on this.
I'll say this though, even though
dude, your voice is breaking out again. I don't know what's going on there.
Hang on.
I can hear you now. I don't know what's going on, but hey, nice movie posters, by the way. Yeah, while James is fixing the audio, I was just saying, movie posters there. Nice reference. Oh, there you go. Say something now. I can't hear you, dude. I think James is having some sound issues here, folks. Well, let me know when you're back on, James. I'll try and hold this in. So yeah, they're talking about the new set of rules here that's coming out when it pertains to how kills are done in movies now.
How about now?
Okay, you're good now.
Okay. And look at this and movie club. Oh god, where was this shit when I was in high school?
I was just saying earlier, we've got a couple of nods and movie posters there. I just saw Hills Have Eyes. I saw Death Proof. I'm pretty sure I saw a H2 poster. Oh, People Under the Stairs. You see that then? Dawn of the Dead. Classic movies there. Green Mile. That's another good one. What he just said.
And yeah, they're going over the rules. And like I said, this is around the time when remakes and reboots was the thing. I will say this. I will say this. Like, if you take Sydney and Gale and Dewey away from this film, you would call this a Scream remake.
Yeah, you would. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine a Scream movie without any of the legacy characters?
Well,
would it work?
Well, you could kind of say that for this new Scream that just came out.
Yeah.
Because we'll talk about it, but yeah, the legacy characters aren't really in it that much.
No. But all will be explained on Sunday, people.
I'll just say this. Like, the legacy, especially Sydney's more a part of the story. Whether in Scream 1, 2, and 3, Sydney was the story. And I guess you kind of say here, Sydney is still the story, but to a certain extent. But in Scream 5, she's more like a part of the story.
Yeah, because it's like, her story, it's like she's moved on. Her story arc is pretty much out of it. Like, it's not about her this time around, but this time it's about introducing the newer guys in this,
Like I'll put it like this, okay? In Scream 5, Neve Campbell is LeBron James, and Samantha character and her sister, they're more like Anthony Davis on the team. I'll just say that. In the bubble championship year.
Technology right there, but yeah, you could put it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but at this point, Paul, I kind of really didn't suspect Jill to be the killer yet.
I still had my suspicions about him, man. I don't know why, man. I don't know what it was where I had that gut feeling. You get those gut feelings and you just don't want to second guess it. That's kind of where I was at right now. And I guess again,
I can't blame you. I can't blame you because I had the same feeling about Billy.
Yeah. It's like when you get into these Scream movies and you kind of dig in deep about these characters, you just can't help but think, I'm pretty sure it's this person. The whole whodunit thing.
So Emma Roberts, I want to say, was like 21 at the time. So that would make her 32 now?
She's 30.
30, okay.
She will be 31 on the 10th of February. So in 2 weeks.
I like that. Oh, I like that. The scene, like the little movement in the window there.
Yeah, I did catch that too.
I'm sorry. I love shit like that.
Yeah, that is very, very ominous in the sense of dread there when you see that you think, oh shit, it's in the house.
Well, technically he is.
Yeah. It really does get you like on your toes with that shit. And then of course here we are with the Stabathon. Why don't we get movie events like that here in the UK? Fuck. And if they are around in the UK, I rarely hear about them.
And
in the US.
Once it's like the next generation will use that trauma to what's what word I want to say? They'll use that trauma and glorify it, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's like what David Arquette said, isn't it? one generation's tragedy is another's joke, I guess.
Yeah. There's another joke.
And,
Yeah.
and this is going to sound crazy, but I'm going to say this. Gail Weathers looks good in a Ghostface mask. She's fucking into it here.
It fits. It fits.
Yeah. So you'd be forgiven if you thought she was the killer if you were watching this for the first time. I'm sorry, but you could tell she was having a good time with that mask on. This would probably be us if we were doing a horror convention. We'd be hosting the damn thing.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely hosting the thing and trying to get with Kirby.
Yeah.
Because I think I know she likes Kirby, but I think she likes him too, I think.
Well, if I remember correctly, I think it was the other way around. I think that dude had the hots for Kirby, but I think Kirby was kind of like, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. They're like, get the fuck out of the screen. And then she's just like, fuck you.
No, that's yeah. Courtney's having a bit of a time here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, and this sounds completely random, but I literally just found out that Daniel Harris and Scout Taylor Compton have a podcast together.
Oh, really?
Yes, they do.
Oh, we're gonna have to check that out.
I saw their promo pics for it, and I will say Scout Taylor Compton has grown up nicely, and Daniel Harris still looks good.
I'm gonna see how old she is right now. Hang on.
I think it's called Scream Queen, something like that.
If you find the link, man, send it. We'll try and tune in for it.
For sure.
I'm just gonna see how old Scott Taylor Compton is. She's 32. Like, fuck me. I didn't realize she was only in her early 30s already. So, shit. When she did Halloween 2007, she was like
17, 18.
Yeah, I didn't think she was.
Yeah. She was a youngin' when she did Halloween. And same thing with Addie Matichak. I think she was like 18, 19 when she did 2018 Halloween.
Yeah, and Danielle Harris is 44 and still looks awesome at that age.
She could definitely still get it.
Well, yeah, obvious.
I mean, it's kind of weird because it's like, it's weird to say that sometimes though, because it's like, because Paul, it's like I've seen you when you was a little kid, and
I know, right? I mean,
so sometimes it can be kind of weird to say that. I really know she's, in the words of Keith Sweat, she is ready.
Yep. Not arguing that. Oh yeah, don't forget she was also in those Hatchet movies, man.
And she was also in that piece of shit See No Evil 2.
Oh man, what can I say about that? Here's the crazy shit, right? I didn't mind the first one, but the second one was just what the fuck?
Yeah, the second one. Yeah, the second one. Kane was not the problem. I just and the morgue setting is. I like the morgue setting, but it's just how it was written and some of the deaths. I was like, eh.
Yeah, WWE having control over it.
Yeah.
But then again, think about this. Back in the early days, I mean, we can shit on WWE all we want, which is justifiably so. But back in the early 2000s, they had some fucking. They had a few good films. I mean, fucking See No Evil. I mean, yeah, that was fucking brutal.
That's a decent movies. I would say See No Evil, and I didn't mind The Condemned.
There's another film they did which was a WWE film, but it was bloody as fuck, called No One Lives.
No One Lives.
You've never seen
No.
it? Oh, dude, you got to see it.
Which wrestlers in it?
Well, he only has a small part in it, but it's like Brodus Clay. But guys like I think Luke. Let me see if I get the name of the guy that was in it. Hang on, I'll send you the wiki link. Hang on. No One Lives. Here we go. It was Luke Evans is in this. He's like, I'm not going to say what role he's in, but he's in it. And
watch out, Gail!
Get out of the way! Oh, she got cut in the arm.
Gail and Ghostface once again.
Yeah. Going toe to toe. Oh, nice.
And I'm not gonna lie, I thought Gail was gonna die.
Well, after the way this fucking Ghostface went at her, you'd be thinking the same thing.
Well, that and it's also coinciding with fucking Heather Graham's death on the screen here, and the people cheering that could drown out, Gail being killed. And then when she only got it in the shoulder, I was like, god damn it. Plot armor.
And again, the whole cinema thing and people and someone being attacked, another reference to Scream 2 there.
Yeah.
So there's that going on for it. But yeah, she took a pretty nasty stab mark there in the shoulder. I mean, that's a painful place to get it. Because you hit a femoral artery, then, well, ask the dude in Halloween Kills.
All right, Paul. Where are you at now?
I am now 1 hour 2 minutes in.
Okay, I'm 1 hour 5 seconds in. 1 hour 2 minutes 5 seconds in.
I'm about 2 seconds behind, but these two.
Yeah. But yeah, when Gail survived that, I was like, because I expected one of these guys to die in the film. So right there, I thought, oh, Gail's about to get it, and when she survived, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I know.
So I was like, that leaves Dewey and Stu. Dewey and Sydney.
Yeah, because Ghostface had Gail Weathers there, dead to rights. And this guy makes the mistake of saying a certain thing that Stu did later on. I'll be right back.
Which again, like I said, this movie is a very. I'll keep saying this. Like, if you watch 1 and watch Scream 4, it's a really good continuation.
Yeah, definitely agree with that.
I just think the story flows better that way.
Agreed. And for anyone who's never tried that idea, guys, try it one day.
Yes, watch Scream 1, skip 2 and 3. Basically, watch Scream 1, Scream 4, and Scream 5. And I think that'll be a very good flow to the story there. Yeah,
it's like a full-on decent trilogy.
Yes, where it's not fucking the insane reach of it being Sydney's brother, and gosh, Nev looks so beautiful here.
Yeah, I know, right? She is. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. She's ageless.
I'll say that, kind of like how I felt about Olivia Hussey. Like, there's limits to this shit. Like, Olivia Hussey is more, I want to take you on a date. Like, I can't just say, hey, yo, what's up, baby? Like, I want to take y'all on a date. Nev Campbell is, even though Nev Campbell does have sex appeal, that she can be sexy as hell when she wants to be, but she's like, I want to take y'all on a date. And,
Yeah.
oh, right in the back. Adam Brody's
Oh,
gone. Oh, right in the
oh,
head. Right in
right.
the head.
How the fuck this guy's still standing after being stabbed in the head? Because, you're taking a damage to the brain. Just scratching your brain can cause damage.
I just love how he goes, oh, shit.
This got a laugh in the cinema, man. And even though it's like, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but he definitely got probably the funniest.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait. He says something here. What did he say?
Wait for it.
Fuck Bruce. Oh,
man.
Okay, that's good. Fuck Bruce Willis.
I'm not joking, guys. People in the cinema fucking burst out laughing when he said that.
Fuck Bruce Willis. Yeah, and it's stuff like that makes this movie like unique in its own way compared to the third film. Like little stuff like that. Because I think Adam Brody says like only cop that survives this situation is Bruce Willis, and fuck Bruce. That's funny.
Oh man, that was so fucking funny.
But I actually think the reason why that happened because I think Wes Craven said that he watched a documentary or something about a dude that literally got stabbed in the head and still lived. So,
but then again, there's that other guy as well that had half of his head, top of his head missing, and he's still around.
Oh, I seen a situation where a guy who got attacked by a bear, like literally attacked by a bear. Yeah. Survived the attack and was still able to drive himself to the hospital.
Oh, there was this one incident I saw. It was on YouTube. I don't know if you ever saw this video. It was like 10 odd years ago. There was this dude who was doing cliff jumping off the rocks into the sea. He timed the jump too soon and he fell and his fucking face caught the jagged concrete below and he was like still floating in the water. There was a lot of blood there. And then when you see him in hospital, dude was still alive for a couple of days before he finally passed away. But his whole entire fucking face, no joke, man, completely split in half. You could see it like all the way down into his head, wide open.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how people can still live through very, very fucking brutal situations.
Yeah. That was the craziest injury I ever saw ever in the internet. Oh, family ties to cut the see another clue when he said that.
And I just love how Sydney's still she's hard edged. Like she like I said, she's not even scared of Ghostface at this point. She's like I fucking dare you to show your face.
Yeah, she's basically at this point. She's like, you know what? Fuck you. Bring what you got.
Like I'll kill you when I'm ready.
Yeah. Philip Buckler said, yeah, you remember that? Ouch. Poor bloke. Yeah, he's talking about that video that I was just saying about just now. Yeah, man. It sucked. Bro. It sucked.
And this right here, okay, Jill's, so this must be Sid's mother's sister.
Yeah. I reckon that's where the family tie is for this part.
I just realized fucking something.
What?
Jill was so hell-bent on... Oh, I like that!
That was cool.
Oh, the reflection in the wind chimes. That was cool.
That was a great shot. And then, see, two of them. So they were both there. So which one do you reckon did this kill? Jill?
I think it was Jill.
What, kill a mother like that? Oh,
I think it was Jill. Like Jill has proven. No, I don't think it would have worked out like that. But
damn mailbox.
But yeah, I and the fact that Jill is so fucking insane, I think her killing her own mom would not be out of bounds for her.
Nah, I mean, like I said, you're in this day and age now where people will do absolutely anything.
Anything.
They don't give a fuck about. It's like fuck family. You're in my way. I don't give a shit. That's the mentality most people are at now.
I see, and then you see now Judy just pops up.
Yeah. So you'd be forgiven to think that she was a suspect along with Jill.
But yeah, but that's why when Jill explains her motive, it makes perfect sense because around 2010, 2011, and very much so today, just like it is so much easier now to be famous than it was like 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And one little thing, like one little popular video could literally change your life, and
Exactly.
and her being Sydney's cousin and wanting the fame, the notoriety, that adulation from the people, it makes very much sense because trust me, I know people, I'm pretty sure Paul, you've seen them, that doesn't give a fuck about being rich, doesn't give a fuck, they just want to be famous. And
for sure then.
And there's a price to being famous. Like there's a price to it. But I just thought when Joe, I just thought that this is some damn good right because it makes sense because that was the time. Like the fucking Catch Me Outside girl. How about that? Like she became popular just for saying that on Maury. Like it definitely went with the time back then.
Yeah, it was around that time where everything was popping off with stuff like that, and it was just like we said, it goes back to some of the stuff. People are crazy enough to do some of the craziest shit in order to get some of those. I mean, look at some of those videos you were watching, man, when you were doing some of those reaction videos on Blitz site with those guys that were doing fucking parkour shit of tall buildings, and that guy. Remember that dude that backflipped on that building scaffolding to like 400 or 500 feet in the air, and he almost slipped.
Yep.
And I'm just sitting there like, man, is it really worth it? Is it really worth putting your ass on the line like that? I mean, okay, do something that's going to make you famous. Okay, cool, but don't put your fucking life at risk.
Hey man, anything to get them clicks, man.
Yeah, that's what it all seems to be about these days.
And so Jill was a youngin when she was probably when Sydney was probably going through all the events from Scream 3 and all that stuff. So she probably had to deal with this all her life, about
yeah, again, it's a jealousy thing because all the attention was on Sydney, not her.
Yes, it's like again, it's like the Brady Bunch, Marsha.
Yeah. And I'm sure in our lives, man, we've had that one person where they're pissed off with whoever, whether it's you, me, or whatever. They're pissed off about something because that person's getting more of notoriety than that person, and it just fucking eats them up.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure we've had that one person we've come across.
Isn't if I remember correctly, isn't Hayden Panettiere married to one of the Klitschko brothers?
I'm gonna check right now.
I know she's married.
She was.
Was she single?
It turns out they had an on and off relationship, 2009 to 2011. Got back in 2013. Split again 4 years ago.
Oh wow! Okay.
So, and she's 32 right now.
Still young.
Yeah. And he's like fucking 45. But yeah, they've had an on and off relationship. They married and divorced from 2009 to 2011. Remarried again in 2013 to 2018. I'm not sure the reasons why they split. I'm going to look into it. Oh,
and
they're still it's the same thing with David Arquette and Courtney. They're still on good terms with each other.
Okay, that's cool. That's good.
And they got a kid together, so they have to.
And that's that'd be some scary ass shit, to want to date Haley Terry, and then you're like, yeah, her ex is one of the Klitschko brothers. And you're like, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'll see you later. I don't want to
Yeah.
have my head knocked off. So you can tell this guy is not taking the idea of Stabathon being cancelled very well.
And keep in mind too, like the whole live streaming thing. I don't think live streaming was a thing yet in 2011.
It was in its infancy. This is when people were starting to do it. So if you started streaming during its early days and you had a good thing going, chances are you're sitting on a pile of money.
Yeah, because I don't know if this is like Wes Craven's little stab at final footage film, because that was a big thing in the early 2000s as well.
Yeah,
but yeah,
were a thing back then. I mean, during the early 2000s, we had a shit load. Some of them, not all of them were good, but there are a few that you could point out and say, you know what, those were actually pretty good. Like the Record
man,
too.
Man, Paul.
Yeah, I know.
Paul, you have no idea what I do, bro.
Oh, I can only imagine.
If she told me that now's a good time to make your move, I'd be like,
yeah, and you'd be probably like asking me back, thinking, dude, so I'll be kind of like prodding you, get the fuck in there and do it, man. What are you waiting for?
Oh, you motherfucker!
Oh, almost. Now, if somebody walked in like that, I'd be like, dude, fuck off, I'm trying to score here.
I would literally slap the shit out of him.
Yeah, right?
Are you gonna sit down there? Oh, bro.
Oh, go get fucked. Yeah, he's like, yeah, fuck it, I'm out. See ya. That's what fucked up right there. Oh, okay. So that's why he ended up. Okay, I get it now.
And she said, like, why are you here? Who invited you?
They were good. They were gonna do it, and fuckhead here ruined it for him.
Man, again, Paul. Oh God, man, you have no idea. There would have been some. Oh, there would have been some furniture moving, bro. Like she's literally. Right, like Kirby is literally throwing the pussy at me, and you just. Ugh. But like I said, Paul, if that was me, I wouldn't even hesitated. What he fucked up was he hesitated. I would have. But I would have. Ooh.
There'd have been some hell to pay. I'll tell you that now. Camera's on the wrong way, dummy.
Yeah. This is when. Yeah, you can't kill me. I'm gay.
And yeah, can you imagine seeing that coming out your front door? I'm gonna take a guess and say that's Roy. This is him killing his friends.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gay. But that would have been. But that would be a great thing to do in a horror movie spoof that the gay guy lives. That'd be a great thing to do.
That's definitely Roy. He's getting some anger out there, but he killed his best friend.
And I think that's why he hesitated because he said because he was right there. He said, yeah, the only people that are safe in horror movies is gay people.
Yeah, that wasn't until Halloween Kills.
Oh yeah. Michael said, "Fuck that."
Dude, he popped that dude's eyeballs out of his face, like. Ooh.
Bro, that scene's even longer in the extended version.
I know. I was watching it. And I'm just like, hang on, is that a few frames longer? Like, oh my god, it's fucking.
Yeah. Yeah, it was getting to a point where I was kind of like, okay, this is getting a little hard to watch.
Oh, you think?
All right, now we're at the third act.
All right, here we go. Act 3, bring it on.
But yeah, man, oh man, oh yeah, that shit still pisses me off, man.
No way.
Like I'm not even in this fucking movie, bro. I just envision myself in Rory Culkin's shoes, bro. I'm just like, bro, I've been trying to get with this woman for a long time. She's throwing it at me, and she's fine as a motherfucker, and she is ready. And
I'll be literally telling that dude to fuck off, like right there on the spot.
now at this point, like I said, like I don't think it's Jill because again, the killer's right there. Like,
yeah, boy. Again,
like,
though, I still have my suspicions about Jill, even when I saw this the first time. I knew there was going to be two of them. I'm pretty sure Roy was definitely one. Well, I was.
Well, we just had it. Well, are you sure, Paul? We literally just had a scream where we were. It was one.
Yeah, that was Scream 3. But I think the fact that we had one bit where they're at the back door and then that bit when he's at the front door told me right there.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah. She just closed lights and that's funny.
Yeah, he's just like, bitch. That was a mean clothesline, though. I'll give him that. Hang on, man. Your thing's breaking out again. Damn audio. Is the audio good now? Oh. Well, as you can see here, folks, Kirby and Sydney. Oh, there's Roy again. Yeah, James, your sound is definitely out, man. I mean, we're at this. All right. Hey, say something again. I heard you briefly then. Oh man.
Something again?
Yeah, I hear you now.
All right, and there's and then of course there's the doubt right there. Roy with the blood on his hand.
Yeah, I was kind of throwing it off, but I was still kind of 50-50 still. I don't know why. It just was. And does this look familiar, people?
The callback to Barrymore's boyfriend.
His name wouldn't be Steve, would it? Again, goes Roger L. Jackson. He's happy to do this. You can tell.
He's very excited.
Yep.
And this was the scene where I was like, Paul, I love this.
Well, she's running through all the horrors. Oh, man.
Because normally girls who look like her would be like a casual horror, but she's like a legit fan.
Yeah, like she's full-on horror person. And again, it goes back to this thing as well, Jim. We've got to point this out. Never judge a person by the way they look because you never know what they could be into.
And then proving, how that she legit has feelings for him because she's. This is a good act if I hated Terry. Like she's showing like legit desperation.
Yeah. She really didn't want this guy to go.
Now Rory, because I remember what happens here. Rory made a fucked up decision, and I'll get to it when it happens.
We'll get there when we get there.
Because it got to the point where I'm like, you stupid. Okay.
Look at the movie. Listen to the name of the movie she's listing out, man. She knows.
I get another, and also to another little Wes Craven, pointing all those movies out, like, that's like, hey, Hollywood, again, make your own fucking movies, make your own fucking franchises.
Yeah.
Like, there was a reason why Kevin Williamson and Wes Craven did that, because that was them saying, hey, Hollywood, how about you make your own fucking shit?
Yeah. And that's why after Scream 4, we have been seeing newer horror films. We have had some remakes still, yes, but we started seeing a bit more different, newer ones. You know what I mean? But they didn't. But most of them don't get cinema.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh,
you bastard! Why, dude? She had feelings for you. Stupid bitch! You stupid fuck!
Wait, no, okay, all right, now here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, no, this is why I say he fucked up here. You see, now this was me.
Yeah.
If this was me, I would have fucked first, then kill her.
Yeah, you know what's gonna suck, don't you?
Like I would have smashed, or even better, I would go completely rogue and say, hey, fuck you, Jill, kill Jill myself, and I would look like the hero, and then Kirby's gonna be fucking me every day, twice on Sunday.
Yeah, but unfortunately he didn't think that far ahead. He thought this was a team effort.
So now I'm not gonna lie, at this point I'm like, okay, so Rory Culkin's the killer. Oh, okay. All right. I'm not. Now here I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
I still have my suspicions it was Jill, and when I saw the reveal, I was like, in the cinema, I went, I fucking knew it. I knew when I saw this bit.
There's the reveal. It's Jill and Rory Culkin.
Yeah.
Now I'm not, and this legit surprised me. I did not see this coming.
Again,
I didn't see it coming.
I had my suspicions, and it got confirmed. Now, and at this point, right now, I was thinking, okay, now let's see how really crazy she is. And we soon found that out.
Yeah, got her boyfriend tied up.
Yeah.
You got a shitty boyfriend, Sydney. This one that fucks you. Don't assume. Does it make you famous?
Wow.
The fuck, Jill? I loved you.
Shut the fuck up already.
What a bitch. Can we go there and say that?
She hasn't shown she's a bitch yet.
Oh no, but she soon will.
People try to put it on video even. It means a lot that you did it for me.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I am not the girl you cheated on.
Oh, god damn.
God, I can't fucking do those kind of scenes. You can thank I spit in your grave for that. Oh,
god damn. Oh, fuck.
Misery already. Fucking hell, you bitch.
Ah, shit.
Balls out. Oh, I felt that.
Oh.
There's a reason why I spit in your grave these days.
Oh, god damn.
Fuck.
Just shoot me in the head any day, bro. Don't shoot or cut my dick and balls off. Come on now.
God damn.
All this time, Rory had the hots for Jill.
Wow.
So believable today, wasn't I?
Almost had a Mickey and Mallory Knox moment there.
And here's Jill's explanation.
Here we go.
Like when she's in this monologue here, I'm listening to her and I'm like, damn, this is actually, it makes sense. Makes a lot more sense than fucking a random ass brother popping up out of nowhere.
Yeah. Again, it's a case. What I came out with this is jealousy. Jealousy that she had successful life. I know it took tragedy for it to happen, and she couldn't stand that because she felt that she wanted the attention. This is the only way it's going to happen. Well, you didn't get the shoulder, you got the heart.
Yep. Yep. Sole survivor.
You should have dated Kirby.
She was gonna kill him from the start. And at this point, I'm like, oh, this bitch is evil.
Sucks to be you.
And then when it hits that she killed her fucking mom, like,
yeah, listen to this.
What world are you living in? I don't need friends. I need fans. Don't you get it? This has never been about killing you. It's about becoming you.
Bitch.
My mother had to die. No great.
I don't need friends, I need fans. That's
no great
that
loss. You just killed your mother, man.
You had your 15 minutes. Now I want mine. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Go to college, grad school, work.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
How do you think people become famous anymore?
Oh my god.
Anything.
I mean, what she's saying is true. Like it's very true.
It is, yeah. As fucked up as it sounds, people, she's on point here. And to my knowledge, this is the first time Sydney's been stabbed. Like
well, she was she was shot in the third film.
Yeah, but she had a bulletproof vest on, so there was no real injuries there except for bruising.
Now
that's a
now when I saw this, I was like, wow, did they really just fucking do it? Like, did they really do it?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too.
I was freaking out. Like, did they really just kill Sydney?
I wouldn't be surprised. At this point, I was thinking, you know what? Anything can happen now.
And what do you say, Paul, about people doing crazy shit to themselves? Like this, yeah. This is nuts.
I know, right?
Where she literally is doing damage to herself to make it look convincing that she survived.
It's the only way you can get away with it.
Yeah, it's like ripping her own fucking hair out.
Yeah. That's gonna hurt.
And you wanna know what's fucked up too? I have not saying no names, but yeah, she's about to stab herself.
This is
like I've literally seen situations where women will do this to themselves. Like I literally had a friend of mine who was in a situation with a chick where he find out that she's fucking crazy and literally like put bruises on herself to make it seem like oh shit I forgot she did that.
Ow. But yeah, what you're saying about there, yeah, there are people that will do that to pin the blame on someone, whether they're
like
prove a point, I guess.
Yeah, like I literally had a friend who literally where she was calling him like he beat me. And then he's like, no, the fuck I didn't. And then like she literally had bruises on her arm and on her arm and shit and a couple like a black like some shit on her face.
Yeah.
And
when the cops see that, it's
literally drag his name through the mud, and then it was later found out that it was all bullshit. She did that herself. Like it was fucking crazy.
Can you imagine the hell that person was going through? Being accused of something that person never even did.
Yep, and then she's lying next to Sydney's body in the same position, and like this plan is actually very fucking brilliant. Like I have to credit Jill. Like this shit almost worked.
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to go ahead and say it, but she definitely had the smartest game plan in this series.
Yeah, she did, bro. And especially now knowing what this trilogy was gonna be, this was fucking brilliant. And
Yeah.
I thought the movie was legit gonna end with her like walking away. And I'm like, that is a yep, the cameras are around her and
Dude, imagine if they did go for that ending where you just see this and then the screen blanks out, credits roll.
that would have been fucking amazing.
That would have been fucking gnarly. But from what I understand, I'm reading into this, by the way. It turns out that
Dimension Films pussied out.
it says here Aaron Kruger, who previously wrote Scream 3, was hired for script rewrites. Reshots were done in early 2011 following a test screening. So they did have the ending we just talked about, but the test audience was like, no, we don't want that. We want a positive ending. We want Sydney to live.
Now here's I think what a Now, here's what I think, because we're at the hospital scene now, and this is where I think the movie gets a little too ridiculous. But
Yeah.
this scene here, like, because I know what the trilogy was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dewey's about to say that Sydney's still alive, and then the nice added touch they did, you can hear her heart monitor just racing, like it's getting faster because she's nervous. Now imagine if she said Sydney's alive. You see her shocked face and you hear her heart racing, and that was the end, and that was the beginning of the trilogy.
That should have been the ending.
That would have been, bro. Now people would have loved this movie, and they were like, "Yo, I got to see what the fuck is gonna happen in Scream 5." Now, apparently, from what I heard, what the story was, Kevin Williamson said the original plan was that Jill was going to be alive, right?
Yeah.
And Sydney, however, was going to have amnesia due to the attacks of the film. Well, she'll be alive, but she doesn't recall what happened.
Yeah.
And
I'm guessing that later on, then she'd have like traumatic moments, and all of a sudden she gets her memory back, and that's what leads to what happens later on in that sequel that could have been.
No, even better, where Jill has, the adulation and the praise, but there's going to be like another ghost face doing killings. Basically doing like I Know What You Did Last Summer situation where she's like, I know who you really are, Jill, and all that stuff.
Sydney would have been the ghost face getting revenge on Jill.
No. Where Sydney, because she has amnesia, she doesn't know, so she doesn't recall Jill being the killer. So while this ghost face is trying to kill Jill, Sydney will be protecting Jill because she still thinks that's her niece. But as the movie progresses, memory is gonna jog back that, oh shit, Jill is the killer. So now Sydney's fighting two different ghost faces. And the third film was gonna be the final, Jill versus Sydney movie. That was the plan for the trilogy. And I would have been like, that would have been a damn good trilogy.
I'd have been so down for seeing that.
Like that would have been some good storytelling.
It would have been, yeah. I wish they could that route now. I wish they did do it.
And then, of course, Jill fucking slipped up, because she said, now me and Gail have the same womb. And Gail's like, wait, how does she know I was stabbed in the shoulder? And then Dewey's like, oh, shit.
They put two and two together right there at that moment.
Now this is when I was kind of like, still entertaining. Still very entertaining.
Yeah.
Here, the fight in the hospital. But I would have been like, yeah. I liked my ending better.
Yeah, here comes the bedpan.
Imagine if this was used.
Ooh.
Gets the shit kicked out of him.
Those things fucking hurt, I'll tell you that.
but yeah, Jill is definitely one of the best heels in the franchise. Like,
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
but okay, like it's gonna make you look suspicious.
True. Oh, nice tackle.
Judy with the save.
Yeah.
Like this is definitely, I could definitely say this is definitely the best third act since the first film.
Yeah, I gotta agree
Like
with
this is
that one.
definitely, and it's still the best third act in the since the first film.
Yeah, it definitely kept you on your toes.
Yeah, this is very very entertaining, and
Give me your gun.
like I just still wish that I would have liked to have seen if Jill just made it and they go with the trilogy.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen it too. But, a lot of things happened. And of course, Wes Craven passed away. And a lot of conflictions, I guess.
And then Sydney with the line that has Wes Craven written all over it.
Clear.
Let's go. Skinny ass out here.
That's a bit harsh.
Philip said that would have been a bold ending. Yeah, it would have been, but like I said, if it ended with Jill making it and Sydney still being alive, that would have been. Oh man, people would have came in droves to watch Scream 5.
Oh, they would have gone crazy for it, man.
Clear.
That's gonna hurt like shit when you're getting zapped like that.
Don't fuck with the original.
You got that right. Now,
And
that was Craven taking a shot there.
that was definitely Wes Craven taking a shot. Like
Yeah.
no matter how many sequels or remakes you do, it's not gonna fuck with the original.
Yep. Ooh, piece of glass. Right in the heart.
Yeah, they always come back.
Yep.
And I love how it ends, like the same way how it was going to end in the hospital, just her laying beside her, looking at each other. That's a very, very storybook ending there.
Very poetic too.
Poetic, yeah.
That was a nice little funny moment there. I gotta put that out there.
Like what'd she say? Like protect the chest, wear the vest.
Yeah. She's like, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm okay." But yeah, you hear these news article bits. If only they got the scoop right away on this.
That would have been a crazy ass story that the person we thought was a survivor was the killer.
And that would have been something. We could just make a time machine and go back and see it come to fruition.
But yes, Jill is definitely how Williamson and West wrote Jill was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And there you have it. Scream 4.
Decent sequel. They definitely got back on track after part 3, that's for sure.
And I will say this, being that those are two names you're never gonna see again, Bob and Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, fuck Harvey Weinstein. We all know why he's in jail.
Oh, why? I thought Harvey Weinstein was a salt of the earth. Very positive member of the community. Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, we all thought that until everything started coming out, But I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
But I'll say this though, I definitely after watching this for the first time in a couple years, I definitely enjoyed this a lot more than Scream 3. Um, I really enjoyed the cast. Um, uh, I thought Emma Roberts as Jill was again very well written, and it made more sense than Roman, and a little bit more sense than Mrs. Loomis and Mickey. I bought Jill more.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a really really solid entry to into the franchise, and to this very day, it's still considered a lot of people's favorite, um, second favorite after the first one.
Yep. I mean, this movie for me was very entertaining. It definitely, um, how do I put this? It definitely was a big improvement over Scream 3 because, when we all saw Scream 3 when it first came out, I guess we can all kind of agree on this one where we felt that it kind of ended on a bit of a weak note. We couldn't have it end that way. For a lot of years, we all believed that's how it was going to go out. So to have this one come about and basically them going back to basics, bringing back the stuff that made the Scream movies good, was a step in the right direction. And yes, Jill, hands down, probably one of my favorite villains in the franchise, next to Stu and Billy. They would, I would consider them the top three villains in this entire franchise. And the story was great, a lot of suspenseful moments, good comedy, very gory deaths in this one for its time. There was some very gory deaths. We were saying about this on the previous movies, where especially with Scream 2, it's like the only gore bit you had was that guy getting a rebar through his face. But then again, think about this: at the time, back then, that movie was considered gory because it was the 90s. And then after Scream 3, we had a shit ton of movies come out and a lot of references to, remakes being done. And you can tell Wes Craven was having a shot at that. And he was pissed off with Hollywood, going that route. It's obvious. And of course, the whole social commentary when it comes to social media usage and the obsession with internet fame and how people will do insane shit just to make a name for themselves. And this movie kind of puts it out there, like literally in your face. But that aside, entertaining sequel. I thought it was fun. It was nice to see this franchise make a comeback. And it's just a shame that we never got to see that story, which James talked about there during this film. I wish we did, because you can imagine just how crazy and epic that would have been if they did go and continue that idea forward. I'm actually surprised they didn't have the ending that they were going to have for Scream 4, but it is what it is. Still a solid entry, and it's just and I think it was a pretty good movie for Wes Craven which we didn't know he was going to die at the time, but for a final movie, yeah, you could say he left his mark there, good and proper. And that brings us to the next one that we're going to go through. But yeah, great sequel. Best one for me since the original.
Well, for me, like I said, I definitely enjoyed this a lot more than Scream 3. I like the cast in this movie a lot more than I did in Scream 3. Nev Campbell, awesome. Again, Dewey, still a lovable character. Courtney Cox, still very charismatic in the role. I would say the second, it's not me because I love the woman, but I thought the Kirby edition, I thought she was really good. And Paul, like, you almost pissed me off because I asked you if she was in the new Scream, and you told me yes. Now I
had to throw you off the scent somehow, man. I had to keep you on your toes.
Okay, because I was, and then when she was in there, I'm like, Paul, you son of a bitch. But then I found technically she was, but we'll talk about it.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Okay, but yeah, I thought Hayden Panettiere did a really good job for a Kirby character. Rory Culkin and Emma Roberts as the killers. I thought was a bit of a surprise. I did not expect her cousin to be the killer. And then, like I said, the motivation made a lot of sense. And the fact that the shit literally almost worked until she fucked up. And then, like I said too, like I'm gonna say it again. If they were gonna go with the trilogy, like I said, what I would have done is, Jill in the hospital bed, talk about all the shit she went through, and she was sad about Sydney, and then Dewey said, "Jill, Sydney's alive," and then you could just hear Jill's heart monitors going up and down, racing, and then it just went black and scream. That would have been, I think, a damn good ending. And then with the story, Sydney having amnesia, forgetting it, and then there's another ghost face trying to reveal who Jill really is. That would have been a really good. I think it would have been a damn good trilogy, but it didn't happen. But because then we got Scream 5, which was still solid. So but yeah, good cast. I thought the kills were definitely a step up from the third film. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. And it still holds up very well. And then we're gonna get to Scream 5 Sunday, which I've been biting my tongue on a lot. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the Scream 4 watch along. And of course, Saturday, me and the fellas, we will do a Royal Rumble live commentary. So definitely looking forward to that. The Royal Rumble shows are always one of our more popular shows. So definitely looking forward to that. Then, of course, Sunday will be the Scream 5 discussion. And then Tuesday, we'll be back for the Primetime podcast. So a lot of content, from us on this channel, for next weekend. So hopefully makes you guys satisfied. So yeah, Paul, anything you want to add before we got here?
If you guys are interested in video game streaming, you can go on Twitch, type in Gorehound 1983. I'm currently doing a playthrough of a sci-fi shooter called The Ascent, which I'm having some serious fun playing. I sent the link to James in the chat box, so if he wants to check that out. But anybody else that's interested, that's where you will find me.
Well, and of course, you know who I am. You know where to find me. But if you are a new viewer to this channel, this is the Primetime Podcast. Hit that like, subscribe button. And if you are a fan of movies or wrestling or just great conversation, definitely subscribe to this channel. There's Primetime Podcast. There's Monday Night Raw live commentaries. There's SmackDown live commentaries. There's movie reviews. And now the newly added Primetime Gorehound show, where me and Paul commentate on some of our favorite horror films. So hit the like, subscribe, and enjoy the channel. And then, of course, donate to our Cash App at PrimePod313 and our PayPal at primepodcast@outlook.com. And once again, we will do the Royal Rumble live commentary tomorrow and Scream 5 discussion on Sunday. And we'll have another Primetime Podcast on Tuesday. So I hope everybody has a great, safe weekend. And then, we are out. Peace. Scream 4. Good job. And RIP Wes Craven. We miss you, man.
Rest in peace, dude.